All right, so about sending 13 clones to do a nose tool suit only start. Unlucky number 13 actually got some luck. Number 13 was able to find a grinder, a few bottles.
No way.
And it was looking very promising.
No.
And now it's come to this. A moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Shoot. Some cobalt and some measly credits. Alright, this is not looking good. We are running out of oxygen. And this looks like luck's run out for unlucky number 13. Actually, that's not what really happened. But this happened. Open. No way. There's no way. Am I going crazy? We got the welder. And a little bit of cobalt, but no, more importantly, the welder. That's exactly what we needed. Now we can get out of here. Well, we probably shouldn't get too excited because we've got work to do and got 22 oxygen left. So, okay, we got to head home. 9 kilometers away. Let's get going. I'm a little too excited, but let's get going. Get things welded. Get charged up first, actually. And then get our oxygen going as soon as possible. All right, we made it back home. So we got about, 18% oxygen. I shouldn't be too worried, I think. Because I think we have an oxygen tank that's still active. And let me get the welder on here. My 2-bar. I think I can hack this without losing too much oxygen and throw in the bottle. Missing a step, am I? Refill bottle. Auto refill. Yes. And we are good. We got a full bottle of oxygen. We can easily get recharged right in here. Whether we use the toilet seat or the bed. Right. Cool. 100% power. 99% oxygen. We did it. We've fulfilled this whole nonsense of doing no tools to only start. I didn't think it would happen, but I guess I got really lucky. So basically, unlucky number 13 in this case became pretty lucky. All right, we need to get this base kind of fixed up. We should probably call this home somehow. And I think I threw most of my parts on the floor, if anything. But I think I have an O2 H2 generator here for some reason that we could try to get welded up. Looks like we're just missing a tool. A 2, which is on the floor. Get this welded up. Oh, I put it upside down. All right, I don't like the look of that, but not gonna worry about it too much. We'll get that connected, and that goes in there. We need this. So that should be it. And up here goes up there where there's an O2H2 generator. So this thing should be collecting some kind of oxygen, I hope. Oh, we need to fix this. Okay, so surprisingly, I had a lot of materials on me to begin with. So we can now weld because we need it. And I know I just showed all this for no reason, but I could just push the button to open the door previously. But yeah, we have a nice little thing there. All right, how much of this do we want to fix up and keep? Probably as much as we can. There's nothing wrong with the power. The light that got busted up. So nice little home little picture there. I might put like home 13 if anything, or maybe call the whole base home 13 because it took 13 tries to get this to work. Definitely need to fix this door up. Well, did not expect to fix the hangar portion, but that did get fixed. And I'm assuming This piece here was probably along the lines of this, if anything. Do that for now. Have a nice little sealed door. I mean, it's an asteroid that's kind of like looks airtight, but it's voxel, so I don't think we're airtight here. There should be some kind of air vent in here somewhere. Not sure exactly where, but let's get this thing going. And this is how we're going to establish a way to respawn once we get this turned on. There we go. We could craft some materials too if we needed to. Not getting oxygen in here because I broke the conveyor that was here, or cargo container that was here. So, not the smartest thing that I've done, but fine. What is this? This is the air vent. Okay, so we need I think we need a hack this. That's now ours. Do we want to put a cargo here? Probably do a cargo in here. What if we did cargo terminal? That looks nice next to the bed. We got a cargo terminal. We got an air vent. The air vent is on depressurized right now, but that's going to require me to take care of this door. So we fix that up. Now we need to put a window back here. So that was my doing. So I think it's supposed to be like this. Ooh. No girders or anything. We're basically starting from scratch. I mean, we could just put a panel wall there instead of a window, but what happened to my glass? I'm pretty sure I had glass at one point. Or actually, no. No. The drill destroyed it, so there's not going to be any glass. So I guess at this point, we're just going to have to panel it up for the time being, I guess. A temporary enclosure. Why not? All right. Moment of truth. Is this now airtight for us to get the air that we need? So we do depressurization off. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I just realized it. Because there's timer blocks up here that are broken. Air vent's there, but is this thing even properly enclosed? I don't think so. I feel like if there is a wall surrounding this whole thing, then the air vent thing should work fine. Yeah, I'm getting oxygen from the survival kit, so I should be getting oxygen into this air vent. But then again, the air vent might not be pressurized. Yeah, it's not pressurized whatsoever. So that's not good. So either something's broken, like these things here, looks like they were broken. Oop, I discovered military munitions drone. Okay, I don't think that I'm going to be able to deal with that. Okay, looks like some things were broken, but still not pressurized. So I don't know if there's any walls behind this section and the other section so that it air vents properly. But nothing here seems to be broken. Oop. There we go. There's still something there that's broken. I think that's the last of it, though. So if it's not pressurized now, then it's definitely a problem. Yeah, not pressurized. All right, so let's not worry about that. So we always have a bottle on us, so it's not too bad. We got to get the rest kind of hacked also. Can I make bottles on a survival kit? No. So we do need to make an assembler sooner or later. I now have ice. Yes. I got ice a while back. So let's get that kind of settled in here. But actually, I don't want to do that. I should just separate the O2H2 system. Because the oxygen will always get oxygen from the oxygen tank. But I needed something separate for the O2H2 system. So I could utilize it to refill my bottles. I mean, I could do something unique. Let's see. I might not have to match for it. But I might get rid of that toilet. But before I do that, actually, let me go grab that unknown signal after I get charged up. Wow, I lost so much power already. I think if I reverse that air vent somehow, we should be pretty covered in terms of being pressurized and everything like that. But we'll see how we're gonna do that in a sec. Let's get out of here. We can. So I think we have to break this down for hacking. I should be able to open the hangar door now, right? No, that's the door behind me. Where's the hangar doors? Ooh, the hangar doors button is nowhere to be found. Is there? Right here. Airtight hangar door. So that opens that. Okay. So wait. So this whole time I didn't have to break anything. I could have opened the door from here and the door from there to get out. Okay. Probably turn these off so then use all the hydrogen. Actually, I could hack them now too and take it over. Got a few more hours left on this thing. A few more minutes, I should say. Claim the grid. Hydrogen generators. Let's turn this off for now. So loud. Let me get the unknown signal first. Definitely won't be able to get the military munitions drone just yet. Gonna have to build a ship. Whether it's gonna be a small grid or a large grid. Probably a small grid first as a scout ship. Minimal weapons. And something easy to repair because we don't have that much parts either. Right, we got another unknown signal here. We're gonna press the special button, of course, and investigate in here. We got some girders. Okay, that kind of helps. They don't have glass though, but still good enough. Oh, I should have emptied out my cargo, my backpack. Ooh, ore detector. That helps a bit. This is gonna help too. Some antennas. Now, way too full. Fine, whatever. What is... That's a hydrogen metal grid right there. 4 metal grids. Okay, I might need that, so I'm getting rid of that first. Ooh, what did I do? Just threw away some detected components, and it's going crazy. I'll just grab some. That's fine. And let's head back home. Never marked home properly. Did I? No, I didn't. I did, but not really. So I'm going to mark this now. I'm going to rename it Home 13. Why? Because 13 clones is what it took to do a no tool suit only start. But I think I'm going to continue with this. It's going to be a nice little space survival series as, you know, basically starting from nothing. I'm broke, basically hitting rock bottom as I mentioned in the last episode. And now we're slowly getting there. So rags to riches, potentially. All right, so we still have to kind of situate ourselves where we become a little more survivable and thrive in this kind of environment. So oxygen wise, it's not terrible. Let me check on the oxygen really quick. Actually, the oxygen tank. Are we getting any oxygen from this thing? Barely. No, not right now because I guess the sun's not hitting it. So we might have to get that on a solar array type of thing. Yeah, completely blocked off and not getting any type of sunlight. And got that hacked. Like that kind of like steps here for no reason. I'm not even sure if these are connected to anything, but either way, at the end of it, doesn't really do much. Things more or less the design. There's a bit of a collector here for some kind of drop off. I'm not sure what. Jeez, power is running low so fast again. Okay, so the gravity generator here, we need a hack as well. I'm gonna lower the gravity field. I don't really care for heavy gravity. Nice little hippity hop like that. It's good enough for me. Okay, so can we establish this to be the base of operations without any issues? I'm gonna have to upgrade to get some more things going. We could get the hydrogen. Ooh, let's try not to get too much leak going on here. All right, we got a hydrogen tank. And it can do an auto refill as well. Don't think any of this is connected to this section here. No, it's not. That's fine. Okay, so do we want to establish some kind of bottle exchange program? Probably not, right? We could, but is it necessary? Because I see here we have hydrogen here, we have an oxygen tank there, and we put a O2 H2 generator there, which probably isn't the best spot for it. Any ice we put in there is going straight into oxygen. Separating it may be a good idea, but I guess we could try it. I don't really think we need a bathroom for now. The world's our toilet, basically. If we need it. Not really. Alright, so the idea is to put a hinge here. Put a large hinge here. Let's break down that. We don't need a large hinge head. Oh, we don't have any steel tubes, do we? Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna not be able to do this. So we have that going. Where's our hinge? Right over here. We're going to do a medium head. And then we need it to face us. So, yes, perfect. We'll hinge lock it too, just in case. There we go. So we got a nice big old head there. We might have to get rid of this chair. Might be in the way. So we need to do maybe a sorter. The ice doesn't go through the system and steal my ice. And it looks like I do need to get rid of the seat. So I'll put in the sorter. It's nice and thin, so that kind of works out. So we'll put the sorter there. And then we could do a nice little O2 H2 system right over here. And the sucky part is that we have to put it this way. If I put it this way, I can't utilize the little two small ports. Unless I put in... There's no mini terminals, right? I probably doubt that. There probably is the small car containers we use, but that's going to make it stick out a little bit wonky too. But either way, it's all going to stick out a bit much too, because I could do a converter like so. I guess we should just do that anyways. Yeah, why not? And then just flip it this way. But then you don't get to see the nice little bubbles. Doesn't matter. Does it? No, it doesn't. So I need to flip this way in order to put it that way. So that should do it in terms of this kind of bottle exchange program. Put some ice in here, but sticking out a lot more than I really wanted it to stick out. So might not be the way to go, but for now, let's do it. We're missing small steel tubes. Yikes. Mostly small steel tubes. Okay, so we're gonna have to utilize the survival kit for this, I think. No, we do not have small steel tubes on this thing. That's fine. We do have that drone outside that we could situate anyways. All right, so we got that going. So that means we could throw in the ice wherever that ever went. Oh no, don't tell me I threw in the O2 HQ system already. Shoot, I think I did, and now it's probably all gone. No, I know I threw in the cargo container. Okay, that looks nice, but it's going the wrong way. Whoops. Okay, so kind of want to add to the challenge of this further, since no tools suit only start has been completed. Let's just say we are able to use a special tool called the drill that we got a while back, and we can only use it to drill for ice in terms of hydrogen, because I really want to turn this into a very unique situation in terms of like scavenging for parts and kind of come back to a series that we once called Surviving as a Trader, and also Ship Evolution. We're going to combine them together and call it the Merge, if anything. Ooh, nice little unknown signal. Let's see. Probably got luck there. I don't know what happened to my game. It's all glitched out and never get anything from them anymore. What's inside? A welder. Really? So if I could have held off with oxygen, I could have possibly lived yet a little bit longer. Potentially. Highly doubt it, but it would have been probably possible. All right, we're gonna scavenge this here. We're gonna just loot the whole entire thing if we can. There may be ice in here. Yes, we got more ice. Perfect. So not a total loss of what I've done previously. All right, I think we're completely filled because of this metal grids. I think that should be fine. If there's anything I don't need, I could toss to make room. Not necessarily. Not a lot of small steel tubes I got out of it too. We're missing 3 metal grids in there, which is not terrible either. So let's just bounce. Let's go home. All right, so we should be able to fix and finish this little exchange program here. Nope, missing two of the small steel tubes, which you can't make. All right, so that's fine. We should be able to throw in ice now, and nothing's gonna get sucked up, and that way we gain our oxygen and hydrogen completed. This is basically our emergency rations in a sense. Can't get rid of this button just yet because that controls the. Actually, no, it controls the hangar door, but the hangar door is open, so do that. All right, time to put some stuff away. Do I need this? I don't think this is very important to have, but I guess we just throw some stuff in here in case. I really need this to be a window. I really want to see outside, not a panel right in my face. So I need to get some windows ASAP. I have some cash, not a lot, but we have some. And some cosmic coffee, so that's going to give us a little bit of healing and health. I could expand this out a little bit further if I really wanted to. Yeah, so power-wise, we're okay. We have a hydrogen engine here that's filled 100%, which is also going to take from here. So to further along our power situation, we probably are going to need more ice into that O2H2 system to fill up both the oxygen and hydrogen. Is there any other things that we need to hack in this base? I don't think so. There's a text panel and a Mayday antenna that needs it. But I think the antenna was missing 2 radio components, which I don't have. So we're not going to worry about that just now. We have this drone here, which could be utilized as a starting ship. It just needs to get some ice in here, so then we can charge up the hydrogen thrusters. Yeah, that seems like what it needs. And we get rid of the drill. Like I said, we're not going to use a drill. Except for... Ooh, we got some stone out of it. But I didn't drill it. So let's just say I'm not cheating in that sense. We're only drilling for ice. Anything else is a no-go. So stone, we'll throw in there. Did we get as lucky as get any superconductors? No. Oh well. All right, so let me just get some of that done there. I didn't drill it, so let's just say that did it. So it's not like I'm really cheesing it there. I'm pretty sure these are out of position. Okay, there's an antenna here. I'm pretty sure there's a remote control block that I took out or something like that. I think I see it, right? It's looking right at me right here, right? Yes, it is. And I need a computer to fill the hack. Oh, wait. We had a bunch of computers. What am I talking about? Oh, they all went into the survival kit and not into the cargo container. So that's just annoying. All right, so that's fixed up. Let's see what else is there. Okay, remote control's done. Gyroscope. That's what we need to take care of as well. What's inside it? Looks like conveyor tube. All right, get the gyroscope. Are you completely hacked now? Whoa, you have a lot of ice in here too. And stone. Just the timer block that's missing. I have no idea what that is. It's probably what I thought I saw, but I could be wrong too. It's somewhere in there. Maybe not. If I fly it around a little bit, I could probably see what it is. Another unknown signal. How come there's so many unknown signals this time around when I don't need them? And I swear when I did need them, there was none available. Why are there stone in hydrogen engine? That is ridiculous. and I can't even get it out. So super, super odd. It's like just clogging up a system for no reason. So there should be a connector back here, which it's not because I took it out at one point in time. So we could put it back here if we nudge this thing. There. Nudged it ever so slightly. So I might have to go for that unknown signal just to get some more small steel tubes. But I should really work on like a basic assembler or something like that. All right, let's go for this unknown signal. There should be an unknown. There should be a small steel tube for us here. And if a nice little cargo ship does come along that doesn't require us to defend ourselves too much, definitely gonna take it over and bring it back home. All right, this thing has more credits and displays. So that helps a little bit. And we're gonna have to pick apart exactly what we need. Yeah, one small steel tube. That's not gonna really help us. Radio components gonna help us. I don't really care about the canvas. Button. Something else has a small steel tube access tab. Nice. And the rest are just one singular steel plate per piece, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay, so still pretty bad shape in terms of resources, but we'll get there soon enough. I think the good news is that we haven't seen much hostility come near us just yet either, so it's always a good thing. Missing one more radio component to get that situated, but we do have the steel plate, so let's get this thing here situated. Well, technically, what's kind of stupid is why I even bother doing this, because if I'm going to just not have this run through the system, just put it on the rotor. All right, so I might just do that. That was just not the rotor, but the hinge. But this was completely dumb, and I'm pretty sure you were shouting at me as I was doing that, like a noob. So let's do that again. So we could just do it as close as like this for no reason. We don't need it to connect to anything whatsoever. We just needed the platform, really. Let's make sure the bubble's in the right orientation, which is upwards. There we go. Nice little sizzling. More like the aerosol. What's that called? That's in the fish tank that does the bubbles. I already forget. We could have easily just done that to do this whole bottle thing, and that is nicer fit in there. And if I really, really wanted to, I just design it out like this to make it look pretty decently. Okay, let's back to work on this thing. So there's a timer block somewhere, which I believe it's probably, yeah, right, exactly, right in here. So we'll break this block down. We don't need the timer block, so we'll just break that down and just replace it with a regular O armor block. This is the front orientation. It has a remote control that looks like it's off. We turn it on if we really, really wanted to. And get it controlled. I could put weaponries too on each side and use it as a drone control thing. Or do I want to put a cockpit on there? I think for now, I want to put a cockpit on there, although I don't know if I have enough materials to keep a cockpit on it. If I put it here, there's no connection. So I may need to use a small conveyor here. Do we have mats for a small conveyor? Yes. Do we have mats for a flush cockpit? It looks like we do. Yeah, we do. Actually, you know what? How are we gonna get this thing out? I mean, we could break this up and have it go out for sure, right? It's gonna fit. This is an oxygen generator. It should be an O2H2 generator, really. So the thrusters probably not on. Yeah, they're off. Interesting. And there's no batteries on here. Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. So that's why it needs a hydrogen engine or two on. There we go. We got it flying at least. And a very peculiar neck on this thing, which probably isn't stable if it hits something. All right. Based on the look of this doorway, we may actually fit outside if we get rid of all the steel plates or light armor blocks here, including the door. Okay, that should do it. I'm not sure if I need to take out this platform whatsoever. I hope not. But based on a look, we might have to force it slightly. And of course, if we go into the rules of no drilling, that's going to be a big O issue. And will it fit? It seemingly is working. Are we out? Not out just yet. We're a little stuck, actually. I don't want to break anything. And we're out. We did it. We are home free. I can't believe that actually works. It's a flyable ship for now. Should we fly it and get the unknown signal? We could. We should probably plop some batteries on here. But I also got to find a way to situate some hydrogen tanks on here. Actually, I'm not going to fly it for now. I'm going to leave it out here. I should put in some kind of connector so that it can refuel. It could do whatever it needs to out here. If I just leave it, well, I just probably just need a basic connector for now, which I probably can't even build. All right, perfect. So we can throw this here. This. Let me get the hydrogen engines right here. And we want this to toggle on and off. So stay off for now. Ooh. Never mind. We had one of them on, the other one off. So we'll deal with that in one quick second. Let's just get this thing kind of locked in. And I hope nothing comes by and like kind of shoots us down, because that would not be funny at all. Okay, let's get both hydrogen engines to cooperate and just stay off for now. And we could turn the system off by pressing Y so we don't waste hydrogen or anything like that as well. Although it's not really wasting anything just sitting there. But time to get the unknown signal. Wait. Let me empty out my pockets first. I'm going to have to fix the door now. That's the problem. Although we don't necessarily need the door because none of it's even airtight in here. So that's the sucky part. I wish the whole thing internally was actually shielded by some panels and everything like that, but I don't think it is. I myself have to do that on my own eventually. Nice. Another unknown signal with an ore detector. Where is the cargo? Right there. Nice. Iron and some radio components. Ore detectors. Detector components. Gonna trust lights. Radio component. Alright, cool. We got an antenna that we can finally fulfill. So now we can fulfill this antenna for ourselves. Great. We are good to go. And should really fix this up somehow with the door and everything like that. But again, like I said, why do we really need a door to begin with? I don't even think we do need a door, but yeah, why not? Let's just, before I do that, let me just make sure that's still connected to something. All right, we got a new door, which is great. And if we wanted to, we could kind of like throw in a whole bunch of corridors and everything like that, so we go to where we needed to go. Again, nice little corridor hatch door. I like this because it looks like a small little port or a small connector. I'm gonna add this here, though. I should probably use half block or panel for the time being if we want to do that. That we don't waste too much materials. I want to cut this, but I'm not sure if this and that here is connected properly. It looks like it is, so I'm gonna cut this. save on some materials so I can throw some panels so it'll be easier to walk around. Got a bit of a pit here, which I'm not even sure what we're gonna do with it. I don't know. But we're almost there. We still need to get our basics. A basic assembler, a basic refinery. I think basic assembler may be the more important piece, which could build down here where the light's shining. I don't know why the light's even shining here, but or just throw it on the O2H2 system. I guess we could just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it on the O2H2 system for now because we're gonna always really gonna get rid of a basic assembler later down the line anyways. Okay, so we got an assembler going, so we are good there. We can finally make some small steel tubes if we need to, but of course we need iron and everything else, which we have a little bit of. What else do we need? Do we have enough solar panel or solar cells? We have 16. We have enough for one half solar panel, which is not good. We have some silicon though, so we could probably make some from the newly made basic assembler. So probably make one full one if we really needed to. I don't think we're gonna be able to do like some kind of solar array with it just yet, right? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we should be able to at least get this one going, if anything. Perfect. We actually have enough materials for this to soak up a little bit of sun. You know, it's not necessary, but well, can't say it's not necessary. It's renewable energy whenever the sun passes by. This is, if that gets used up, forget it. We're done for. We have no way to fly. And that's also a really bad thing, especially in space. A basic refinery may be the next step. I don't even know where to put that. We've kind of run out of ports. I don't want to separate this from the grid itself. I mean, we could, because we could just kind of do this. Yeah, that would work. The basic refinery put against this O2H2 system, and we could just do a conveyor. No, we can't do a conveyor towards the bottom, so that doesn't work out. It's towards the back. So we could just lower it down by one like this. For now, we'll do. Again, we'll likely remove that anyway. So we need to do some kind of conveyor junction here, if anything. Yeah, it's gotta be a junction. Can't do anything else other than that. Ooh, private sale. All right, that might be our first ship. A large good ship, actually. That might work out. We did get assembler going, so that's good. Okay, basic refinery is good to go. And I think all the scrap got there. Yeah, 655 iron from scrap, I believe. Let me refill my bottles, if not already done. Yep, done already. We got weapons, funds, some food, just in case. Let's heal up really quick. I think it's time to chase the private sales. 12 kilometers away. Jeez. All right. We should be okay to do that. And I do not believe I'll fire back, but let's find out. And why I'm laughing is I thought that said meow for a second. No, that just said med W. Probably shouldn't go in guns blazing like this towards a neutral. How badass does this even look? That's how I'm going towards a neutral cargo ship. Might be a pretty bad idea. What's more threatening? This or this? All right, we're about a kilometer away. We're catching up to it pretty quickly. This is going to be moment of truth. Is it going to fire upon us? 600?